Hi, my name is Ben and welcome to Angling for You. Today you join me on a session at Lindholme Lakes. Bonsai is the lake of choice today, and at the moment I've been absolutely bagging up shallow, and I wanted to just do this video. I know we've done shallow fishing already this year and last week, but there's such nice fish that we're catching. I had to turn the camera on and do a little bit more on it. So if you've got my video last week, it's a similar method that well, it's the exact method that we were doing last week, and I've just got a slightly bigger stamp fish this time, with this being at Lindholme, and this is another nice one. Just had one of a similar size, and I'll just unhook him for you, and then we can try and lift him up. Just hooked in the net, which I'll just lift him up, lift the hook up. There we go. Right, we'll have a gander at this. It's a little fat pig, this one. I'll try and hold him up for camera. Oh, he's going to play a ball. Let's see if he'll play a ball. And there we go. It's another lovely fish, and these are the sort of stamp that you can get from these shallow fishing, and obviously from this little Lindholme Lakes is pretty impressive. So let me have a little go through the rig again. We covered it last week on the last shallow fishing video that we did, but I'm going to go down the same route for you again. Just going to have to change my hook link because that's took my band. Now what I've got is 019 power line. Basically it's straight through to the hook link, which is 020, and it might seem a bit mental of a sort of a hook link that, and you know, you might think, oh, it's a bit heavy. These fish are no joking here. They pull hard, and you know, when you hook one of them, they go off, and you need all the strength and the stopping power you've got to stop them. And not only that, I've only got sort of like a 4-inch hook link, so on top of that they need to be strong. I've coupled that with a size 14 and a 8mm pellet, just a standard fishery owned pellet. Fishery pellets, obviously, when you're at Lindholme Lakes. I've got the little Drennan red range margin carp, doing the business today, with a sort of size 10 elastic on it, which again sounds a bit mental, but it's balance gear, and it's quite short, the hollow that's in this. It's quite a short hook top kit, so it's, you know, it does stretch, but it's just got a bit more oomph to it, with it being a slightly shorter cut elastic, rather than like sort of a longer top kit. But the method between it is they were started in the ripple in front of me. The sun's come out a bit more now. They started in the ripple in front of me, and they were topping all over, and I've just gradually worked them back to sort of a top 4, and just trickling in those 4mm pellets, keeping slapping. First I had chub, little chubbling, followed by some sort of F1s, and then the last 4 fish in a row that I've had have been sort of the same size as that last fish, around 7 or 8 pounds, which is obviously what we're aiming for. There's still a few littler fish about, but there still are these big fish are still around, and hopefully we'll catch some more.
It's not as big, this one. That's a foul looked anyway. And say that wasn't as big, but it just proves here that they're still here. Even if he foul looked him on that one. Now I've played with the depths. They have been up topping at the top, so I didn't go really shallow, but I tended to catch more of the chubbling, and I've gone a bit deeper, to be honest. Not massively deep. We're sort of looking at what, 18 inches, maybe 16 inches deep, and we've got a little number 8 shot just in the middle, and just having that steady drop through the water, and to be honest, it's been good. I've seen a lot of fish topping out there. We had a little go earlier on a pellet waggler, but there were just too many little chub to fend off, and when you're casting the waggler and it's only chub that are messing about with it, it's not little chub anyway, it's not really worth the effort. So hence why I got the pole out, and we've had a little go at that. Right guys, we've got another zoo animal on, which is deciding to go 3 pegs down, and there's not much else I can do apart from hold it. But as you can see, absolutely stunning fishing at Lindholme. I ain't even started to feed my edge yet. I've literally just catching all these shallow. Like I said, I've shifted down a little bit to about 10 inches deep now, as I felt that they were coming even shallower. And this one is just a case of hold and hope, because there's some real big fish in here. I don't want to put any sections. I wouldn't encourage you to put any more sections on if you can get away with it when you're fishing on a pole, unless it's an absolute necessity. You got to try and trust your gear, because what tends to happen is you push it out and you give them more, and that can tend to work out negatively. And I haven't seen this fish yet, so I am intrigued to see what kind of size it is. But if it's hooked in mouth, it's put up a hell of a bigger fight than the others, and they were about £8. So will be interesting. Might just be a really fit 6-pounder. But I've witnessed full hand there's some of these fish in here, and some of these fish are big. Let's hope it's one of them for you. Be a nice one for camera. And I can't do a thing with this at the moment. It's just doing what it wants. Absolutely doing what it wants. So we'll just keep attention on it and let it plod. I must say, the more I fish with this draining margin pole, the more I'm impressed by it. For 100 quid, and I paid sort of 89 quid. Can't really complain, if I'm honest. Handled some right pigs today, and that looks a nice fish again. Saw a bit of tail. Trying to bravely keep open that line with a little bit more feed, even though this one's going through it all, and not much we can do about that, I'm afraid. Till he gets that head up. Notice one thing that I'm not doing, and that's going for my landing net. A lot of people make the mistake of going for that landing net way too early. Now, I wouldn't suggest going for landing net or anything like that, because you're more likely to get yourself in a muddle, or in more trouble trying to get the landing net in. When he's got his head up and he's ready, he's on surface, then pick up your landing net. I think he's hooked in fin, and that's why. So unfortunately he is hooked in fin. He's still a nice fish, but he's hooked in fin, and that disappoints me a little bit, because I thought that was going to be a bigger fish than it is. That's why I can't get his head up, but we'll try and get him. We'll still try and get him in for you. Good test at strength. Good test at strength. You can see he's not an happy fish, as you wouldn't be if you'd been hooked in your fin. And just keep that pressure on him as is. He's still not having it. Full of beans, this lad. It's very difficult to get his head up because obviously he's hooked on his back fin, so it's unnatural to do it. We're gonna have a go, and we're in. He's not a bad fish though. Ugh. Still a good sized fish. I'll get him unhooked and see the hook just there in the back of that fin, and I think he'd have put up a good fight even if he wasn't hooked in tail. Beautiful little fish, looks a bit mongoloid on his mouth, but lovely fish all the same. Well guys, I'm going to be fishing on and hopefully doing a margin fishing video, but thanks again for the support, and on the Facebook and the Instagram and on the YouTube. Like and subscribe. Tight lines.